What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, also known as Brian, and we are back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream. Beautiful, 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 slightly more chilly, but still very beautiful Tuesday evening / early Wednesday morning as we get prepared for the holidays. I hope everyone's well, safe, happy, warm, and cozy in their homes tonight as we embark on this journey called life. Time continues, and boy, oh boy, what a boring time it's been. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? What a boring time it has been in the market here. I am bored as shit. Structuring different ways to take some positions and let positions continue, because I've been thinking about it for a couple days now, probably for the better part of a week to 2 weeks now, thinking maybe I should have left some of this money here in the position. Maybe I should have let some of it ride. So back at it again, back to reading books, back to studying different strategies, back to studying different ways that I can maximize the profits on the 21 exponential moving average strategy here. We're definitely going to be talking about this strategy a lot. We're definitely going to be talking about some potential setups that could be coming to fruition here within the general markets, including 2 setups that have been confirmed, in my opinion, today in the general markets. Lots of exciting stuff to talk about. I'm so motivated. As far as the continue doing it better than everyone. Then at the end of the day, this is my goal. I'm gonna work harder than all of you. And again, this is I ramble on like this because, again, you guys got to remember, not only is this a public YouTube channel that is free and available to everybody, that provides educational and entertainment content, it is also a trading journey and a trading journal for myself. Please believe and understand me when I tell you that I do go back to these streams, I do go back to these videos here and reference different ways I can maximize profits here. Again, it sounds a little selfish, but at the end of the day, this is the root goal. This is the root meaning behind this YouTube channel here, is so that I can track my own progress. I can record my own trading styles, and I can make corrections on things that I could do better at next time. And that's all trading is, ladies and gentlemen. You put in a lot of hours and you find ways to improve each and every day. To those of you that are struggling to, what can I say? Those of you that are struggling to come about and find something that works with you, I think the best piece of advice, and again, this isn't financial advice because it has nothing to do with the market. It has everything to do with staying strong. Anybody that's out there struggling right now, that's going through the ringer, that's going through the grind, that's going through the worst shit in life. You got to stay strong. You got to stay disciplined. You have to stay vigilant. If you want to be successful in this market, if you guys saw the video yesterday, a man that I consider my mentor in this career field here shouted out the channel yesterday. And he spoke it with volumes. It's not about how smart you are. It really isn't. It's about your mentality and the amount of hours that you put into this while willing to educate yourself, understand the market, and grow continuously, infinitely. I have a firm belief that my mentor is, on a daily basis, continuing to grow himself. That is my mission. He motivates me. A lot of other people motivate me. It's just, you got to stay motivated, guys. You got to stick with it. You got to stay with the program. You got to continue to find new and more efficient ways to profit from the market, because at the end of the day, like I tell everybody, this could be a multi-million-dollar full-time job if you are dedicated and disciplined enough to this task. Just like I am each and every day. Again, I'm back to reading my books. I'm back to studying the program. I'm back to learning more as I progress and as I get better at trading in this market. And that's all it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Again, he mentioned the 10,000 hour rule. 10,000 hours is a lot of hours. I'm not even sure how many hours I've put in. I haven't been keeping track. All I know is that I'm going into my 4th year doing this. on live. I can't drink water. Fuck. I do that way too often. Again, it's you guys gotta stay motivated, man. If you're part of the channel and you're looking to grow, I always tell people, you guys, I started from nothing when I entered into this type of career field here. I started knowing not a damn thing. I got lucky on my very first ever trade that I ever put in. The first trade I ever put in was on Robinhood. I think I put like 3K on Bitcoin, and actually I can bring up the price action here for you guys to see, because now that I look at it, I can go back in history. I can go back in time here and basically show you the start of my trading journey. It's charted. Coronavirus crash back in 2019, right here, right after the impending bear market here. I was just, in a phase of discovering who I wanted to be for the rest of my life here, and what I wanted to do financially. And right around this bear market here is when I found the market, when I found the stock market, when I found cryptocurrency, when I found my mentor. And I got dumb lucky after this pump. I think I put money in like right here. Like 4,900 bucks. I dropped 3K in there and just said, all right, I'm gonna let it ride. And then all of a sudden, boom, I'm making like mad, disgusting profits, 130%, more than doubling my money in cryptocurrency land. And I haven't looked back. I've never been more motivated, guys. I've never been more motivated in my entire life about trading than I am right now. I consistently stay motivated. I consistently stay on the grind. I consistently outwork everybody that comes into my realm. I have a lot of energy. I'm crazy as fuck. But that's what it's about. You got to be crazy. You got to have a weird mentality here if you want to be a consistently profitable trader in the market. And again, I do believe that this is a multi-million-dollar full-time job opportunity here. If you can master some strategies, stay disciplined, stay vigilant, and stay ever evolving in this ever-changing market, it's gonna work. I discovered a new mentality the other day, and maybe it's too generous, but I've been telling myself, man, maybe trading isn't for everybody, but it absolutely fucking can be, because again, it's not about how smart you are. It really isn't. My eyes was opened to his comments yesterday. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how much grind you put in. It's about how much effort you put in. It's about how much knowledge you can obtain. It's about how much discipline you can acquire, how much more you can further discipline yourself. And that's kind of what makes or breaks the difference between a legitimate full-time day trader and someone who just wishes to be one. So again, those of you that watch the channel, take trading seriously like I do, and take everything about the market as seriously as I do, and you're struggling and you're going through the grind and you're beating yourself up, just stay vigilant, stay disciplined, grasp some more education. Slow it down. If you're using more than one strategy, maybe cut all your strategies. Again, just starting in May of 2021 here, May of this year, I was using, and you guys seen it, you guys will see it in previous streams. If you go back to the beginning, of the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel, you'll see videos where I'm using all these indicators, and I'm not really knowing what the fuck I'm looking at, and I'm just trying to go with the flow, and just losing money, and then one day, I get an eye opener. I come to that decision where I want to continue trading, or do I want to quit forever? Do I want to sacrifice all the time that I've put into learning how to do this in my past? And I said no. I deleted everything that I've ever worked on for like the prior 2 years, and I started fresh. I picked a new strategy, and it's turning out to be a very, 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 very profitable strategy percentage-wise. And now I'm looking to step up my game. Now I'm looking to play with bigger numbers. On the financial side of things, again, I want to be transparent with everybody here. On the financial side of things, things are good. Things are definitely good financially for me right now. I am willing to increase my risk. I am willing to increase the amount of zeros that are behind a trade. I am ready to take the next step and make an attempt at making this my full-time job. Again, I want to do this for you guys. Again, this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So there, in my opinion, there's nothing going to stop me from ever, acquiring this. So, that's kind of like my advice for the day. Take a step back, take a breather. If this is something you truly want to do, try to simplify it. Try to simplify it as best you can. Make it, make the strategy that you choose work for you, right? It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what everybody else is trading. It doesn't matter what you're trading. Simplify your strategy, take your time, understand trends, do the general technical analysis studies if this is what you want to do, and simplify it. That's kind of been the game changer. And you guys have seen the last few months, I've been trading all of these 21 exponential moving average plays, and let me tell you, I am everything but dissatisfied. I am ecstatic, I am confident, I am fired up, I'm ready to increase my risk. But again, if you make the decision to increase your risk, ladies and gentlemen, and by that I mean, putting more money on a trade, depositing more of your savings into a trading account and playing with bigger numbers, right? Stick with the plan. Don't start trading in ways that you wouldn't normally trade just because you are hyped about bigger profits. Do not let your own mind get in your way of taking your profits, of taking your gains. You deserve this. You can do this. Stay strong and do not lose focus. Again, any normal player that has a couple of, a strand of wins from their strategy, they go big and then they start making decisions that doesn't fit the bill of their trading plan. And once they start doing that, their psychology gets fucked up once again with the stock market because they take even bigger losses. Come up with a plan, stick with the plan. I say it multiple times per stream, ladies and gentlemen. If you fail to plan, your plan is to absolutely fail. If you do not plan your trades, you will not be a trader. If you do not expect nothing and plan for everything, you will not be a trader. That's just the brunt of it. It takes a different breed, in my opinion, to do this. While I do believe anybody is capable of becoming a trader, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of heart, and it takes a lot of sacrifice of time. You guys got to remember, I do this stream. I try to be hype. I try to be boom, boom, boom. But you got to remember, too, I'm working a full-time job. 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week, and overtime comes with that. Sometimes I'm working 12, sometimes I'm working 10s. Basically, I've been permanently working overtime with 45 hours a week for the last, 3 years now. And I still come home. I still get on the stream, and I still do I do my stream, and then when the stream is over, on the good nights, when it's 12:38 in the morning, I'm sticking by the computer. I'm studying, I'm looking at charts, I'm finding different setups, I'm finding different ways to trade, I'm finding different ways to profit in this market. And again, that's what it takes to be a full-time trader. The discipline, the dedication, the amount of hours spent looking at a chart, plotting out lines, plotting out different things, looking for different setups, and so on and so forth. That's what it takes to be a winner in this game. I think I've been rambling on for too long. Just wanted to provide a little bit of motivation for anybody out there that's struggling right now. I do want to hop into this market. I am fired up. Got a signal confirmed here on NASDAQ today. We're going to start with that as usual because, again, I like to look at the general markets because the general market's likely to tell me how cryptocurrency is going to play, and do we have some major signals flying off, in my opinion, here. God, I'm fired up. All right. First things first, I want to get my lines plotted here. Again, I want to try to start a little bit fresh here. Try to teach everybody some. Always remember, 65 is the bullish control zone here for stochastics. 50 is the neutral zone for stochastics, and the 35 read is what I use for boom stochastics for the bearish control zone. Bearish control zone 35 and under, neutral zone 35 and up, and then that's some high quality H2O there, sir. Christopher King's in the house. Thanks for joining the stream, my dude. I get to talking and I get fired up, and then my mouth goes like it turns into the Sahara fucking desert. So gotta have the water, gotta have that quality water ready to go at any time. I got 3 liters of it sitting right next to me, so I don't have to worry. We're gonna go ahead and start with the analysis here. What am I looking at? NASDAQ, boom. Hits that all-time rejection on the 12th, boom, rejects, closes below the 21. The 21 has been forced to a negative slope. Now, again, While I am confirming a little bit of follow through here, we got to remember that the slope on this 21 right now, it's not the strongest slope to the downside, and it hasn't gained force just yet. But guess what? It's still confirmation here. We got today closing a secondary candle closure below the 21, confirming downside movements here until we are back above the 21 exponential. I'm going to be looking for this level to break. I'm actually going to be looking for moves all the way back down to the diagonal macro trend support line here at 15,003 roughly, give or take. It does look like it's pretty lined up to hit that diagonal trend line here. That's going to be my target for the downside. That is the bearish bias that I am looking at the current moment in time. And not only that, but we do have to also remember we are in the precipice of a downtrend with our all-time high followed by a lower high, and now confirming yet another lower high. I fucked that up, didn't I? All-time high, lower low, excuse me, and then a lower high here, basically signifying a downtrend here. Again, it is a micro downtrend. It is a shorter term time frame downtrend at the current moment in time. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's ranging here on the shorter term time frames. Oh shit, we do have some signals here that definitely lie in confluence with a shorter term time frame range. It could play out that, it could play out that way for quite some time. But again, I'm a trader from the daily perspective. We broke the 21 on the daily perspective. Boom, we got a request tonight. Can you do mana? Chris, I'm gonna let you know, brother. I have to get through NASDAQ, SPY futures, US dollar index, Hall of Fame Village, Bitcoin, and then I can do mana. So mana will be number 6 for the stream tonight. Hopefully you're patient enough to stick around, watch the analysis, and hold out for mana. But it will be the, again, I take precedence, and the people that drop a comment, a request in the comment section here, they get the first bids. So mana will be the first request I do for the night. But moving on here, again, confirmation below the 21 exponential here. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for signals on the 21 here. Although it's not the strongest signal, we do have a couple of indications here in confluence with that confirmation. The first one I'm looking at is a fresh breach of that 50 read on the RSI. Again, not the strongest breach that I've ever seen. Definitely not the pinnacle of confidence in this move here right now, but nonetheless we have broken the 50 read, and if we do see a rejection on that 50 read, it is going to add confidence to the price action confluence below the 21 here. So we do have a critical signal flashing, in my opinion, on RSI. Stochastics even more so, with a potential lower high in formation and a rejection of the bottom side of the bullish control zone here, a show of weakening momentum from the bullish perspective, in my opinion. It would not be out of the question to see price action pull to $15,300 as the first target. Now, where it goes from there depends on how it reacts, in my opinion. Off of that, we could bounce off this diagonal trend line of support here, hold the macro trend, and continue to new all-time highs. That is definitely very possible. It is also possible to see breaks below the diagonal trend line, at which point I would be very, very, very concerned with the macro trend as a whole, as the current low right here is that macro change of behavior, in my opinion, below $14,450. Anything below there changes my whole perspective from a long-term standpoint here on this asset. Obviously, that's well and far away enough for me not to be concerned about it now, but trades below the 21 concern me. Again, if you're bullish and never bearish on an asset, it is concerning to see this break the 21 right now. However, it could be ranging. It very, very, very well could be ranging. Again, we did pull up that 4-hour time frame here. We do have a clearly defined ceiling of resistance and a clearly defined support level here that has multiple touch points to confirm this region as a little bit of a range here, and it could play out as such for a minute. We do have some upside momentum on stochastics on the 4-hour here, with a fresh cross in the the bearish critical zone here, maybe signifying some potential bullish momentum on the shorter term time frames, as I'm getting my fucking words mixed up here. And RSI here bouncing off the bearish control zone, boom, back up. 4-hour time frame looks good for continuation at the very least, maybe back up to the 21 here at $16,100. But from a daily perspective, again, fresh candle closure below, definitely signifying a continuation. Again, I look for the break followed by confirmation below. As soon as I get that confirmation below, I'm looking for the next major target to the downside right off the rip. I'm already setting up take profit targets and looking to profit as quickly as possible on a move that's potentially a good move, in my opinion. So from the bullish perspective here, though, the only thing that would convince me otherwise at this current moment in time would be reverting and closing back above the 21 exponential here, at which point I would just look for that shorter term time frame range to continue playing out with another test of the current all-time high resistance at 16,420. I am not convinced of bullish continuation unless we see that resistance ceiling broken. That's kind of the only condition, again, from my perspective, that I'm kind of paying attention to here. The only way I look for the 2-spot-272 is if we break out above the resistance at 16,445 and confirm that region as support with a secondary candle closure above. If and only if that condition is met, will I be looking for bullish extension to new all-time highs. But until then, we just got a fresh confirmation on the 21. My bias is more to the downside. Same thing with SPY futures here, except not confirmed just yet. Looking for potential confirmation, but guess what? We have a couple of the same indications here being flagged, especially stochastics here, rejecting the bullish control zone potentially, and crossing the exponential, signifying a potential top right here. Not delicious here. RSI already confirming this as a top. Would it be considered a lower high? I mean, technically, yes. It's just barely below. From a candle body closing perspective, yes, technically, but same thing from a 4-hour perspective. We could easily be ranging. God damn, I get too fired up and then my voice goes away. I do apologize, everybody. 4 hour, it could be, again, a short-term time frame range, although it does seem to be confirming some kind of higher low. No, not yet, actually. No low call here on the 4-hour time frame for this asset, confirming low, but I would be confident with any closure on the 4-hour time frame above 46.48. We likely get a higher low here. So this one looking a little bit stronger, at least from a shorter term time frame perspective. It is looking a little stronger, but nonetheless, we got a fresh candle closure below the 21 exponential. I will be looking for potential confirmation today. If we do get confirmation today below the 21 exponential, I'll be looking for a retest of the current support all the way down 45.50, which is perfectly aligned with this diagonal trend line. Wouldn't you know it? Maybe not. Maybe not. This one is a little bit more vertical, in my opinion, from a higher low perspective. This one is a little bit more vertical, so we don't have that much room to play with on SPY futures. But I would imagine if NASDAQ breaks down and sees new lows confirmed, this one likely follows suit here. But again, it's all going to be dictated whether or not we see that secondary candle closure below today or not. But again, if it does, yeah, I'm looking for the first level here. Again, 45.45. We'll just call it 45.45 here, unless proven otherwise, which would be a confirmation and the 21 exponential continuing to remain as support here in this price action chart. But again, from a macro perspective, do I get concerned? I do get a little concerned with closures below 45 even. I was looking at this as a macro low, but seeing a macro low not generate new all-time highs here again is a little concerning. It is a little concerning. So this, for now, is my change of behavior point. The perspective may change in the future if we do see price action follow through that low. We could formulate some other stuff, but for now, I'm just kind of waiting for the next level. Kind of waiting for the confirmation of the next level right now. RSI, we didn't look at RSI. Kind of playing with that 50 read, isn't? Yeah, rejecting the exponential here, putting in lower highs. Again, not the picture of health and fitness right now for this asset. So that's kind of where we're going to leave it. We don't have targets to the upside. Again, from the short-term time frame range perspective on the 4-hour, yeah, we could pop up to that ceiling of resistance at $4,700. But for now, I'm just going to wait for confirmation. I do have to vamoose for about 60 seconds. I drank too much water. I'll be right back. God dang, I'm right in the middle of the stream, bruh. return with a vengeance. All right, I think we're gonna move on here. I got a viewer. I do apologize. I had to take a quick restroom break. Chugging that water, again, while very healthy, is very annoying sometimes because I have to pee a lot, but I choose health over everything. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on. I want to check out the US dollar index. I think we broke that resistance that we've been talking about for quite some time now. Let's check it out. Maybe it didn't. Where is it? Where are you? There you are. Oh, it didn't. It did not. But closing closer. We're putting a lot of pressure. You see all these wicks putting pressure on that resistance right now. We could be in the precipice of a potential breakout. We're looking at RSI right now, back above the exponential. Exponential's positive. Yes, it is positive. But I don't like that downtick. I don't like that downtick. There is an uptrend structure here to be it's a big one, a big uptrend structure to be in consideration of right now. Which again, if we do decide to break below the 21, the trend remains intact. Again, macro low is right here. The last macro high or low that I'm looking at that I am concerned with is at $93.35. Closures below the 21, maybe we reject this and see follow through to the downside here, which again isn't suggested from the most part in my opinion, but it could happen, right? If we do see follow through, the macro trend remains intact unless we break that diagonal trend line, confirm new lows. Oh yeah, that's good. I was right on time, wasn't I? He said my 60 seconds was up by the time I opened the door, which was perfect. He counted. I knew somebody would. I knew somebody would. But again, looking at price action here for this one. Again, I am very bullish on this, no matter what right now. Short, medium term, long-term time frame perspective, I am absolutely bullish on the US dollar index here. But we're hitting that ceiling of resistance again with a lot of pressure, not really closing it. So, I do have to mention the possible perspective of seeing closures back below that 21. Again, if we do see an open and closure below the 21, the only target I have is this horizontal support at $94.53, which again would be an area of interest in my opinion here for a potential higher low structure before continuing to new heights. But it seems like maybe this one wants to continue first. It looks like it wants to continue first, which would not be out of the question here. We are putting a lot of pressure on that resistance right now at 96.56 here. Any candle closure above there, obviously I'll look for secondary confirmation, but I will be very, very, very convinced that that $1 move that we've been talking about to 97.70 would be potentially the next target of interest here. Again, this would be the next major high, the next major lower high that was confirmed in this downtrend here as tentative resistance. So that would be a very juicy move, in my opinion, to the upside. Profitable, right? But we do have the downside perspective to consider as well. But again, looking at stochastics, higher low confirmed, supporting the neutral zone here, continuing back into the bullish control zone. Now, I'm not saying the potential for bearish divergence isn't possible, but we're nowhere near that structurally yet, in my opinion, right? We don't have any tops. We don't have any tops to talk about right now, especially any higher tops to be talking about right now. So the potential for bearish divergence isn't possible unless price action continues to new highs in this formation. Which again is kind of in my disposition. Now, seeing a little bit of short-term time frame pullbacks here, yeah, not out of the question. It wouldn't be out of the question to see a little bit of a pop down back to like 96.36 here on the 4-hour time frame, but unless we significantly close below that region and confirm new short-term time frame lows, I'm not looking for any major continuation to the downside. Although it is suggested 4-hour stochastics here crossing back down in the critical zone, but it's probably going to coil, right? It could coil. Again, unless I get confirmation and follow through, I have the bullish perspective on all time frames, and from a bullish perspective, this could easily coil and just boom to the upside. Again, from a shorter term time frame perspective, 4-hour RSI uptrending right now, pressuring that exponential, but it's real choppy here on the shorter term time frames. But US dollar index nonetheless still looks good. I'm looking for continuation at the end of the day. And again, always remember that 21, as long as we're above the 21 exponential here, I am looking for continuation to new highs until proven otherwise. And that only proof otherwise on any asset that I ever analyze here on this channel until further notice is the 21. Unless we're below that 21 here, I'm looking for the moon. Moving on, we have 2 more assets before we get to requests. First one being the Hall of Fame. So that first miniature target that I had right here, what was it, about $1.75, right? I had a little bit of a miniature target here at about $1.70, yeah, between $1.70 and $1.75. This one seems to be lined up with $1.70, and guess what? Even more new lows have been confirmed. There's not much else to say other than I think this one could be going to the floor. It could definitely be going to the floor here. Everything about this chart suggests the higher probability of this one going to the floor. I am going to be looking for $1.70 here to break. I do not think this is a very significant level. The most significant level that I'm looking at is right here. The candle that closed on this structure today is confirmation. That's all I'm seeing this as. We just confirmed new tentative resistance. I'm looking lower, and I'm looking much lower here. First target to the downside is $1.46. Very, very, very tradable on the short side. 21 exponential has gained even more of a negative slope here. Stochastics rejecting the top side of the bearish control zone, not good. RSI playing around with the bearish control zone, just crossed the exponential, forcing a negative. Not a good look. Until proven otherwise, guys, I am looking much further lower. Much further lower. $1.45 is the first tentative target I have on this one right now, and you know, take it as it is. Unless we reverse back above $1.81, I don't have any upside targets, but I will talk about them, right? Again, plan for everything and expect nothing. While my bias is heavily, enforced on this channel, that does not mean my bias fucking matters. My opinion does not matter. What the chart says is what matters here. So we're going to talk about the potential bullish perspective, right? A closure back above $1.80, I would be confident with a potential move back up to $1.95. But again, if we're talking, a big bull run here, I'm not convinced of anything until I see closures above the 21, right? Not just a single closure. I want to see a break, the 21 forced to a positive slope, and a secondary candle closure above the 21, followed by new highs. We're going to change the colors here on this because this perspective has changed. This is the new point of change of behavior. Break above the 21 exponential and a change of behavior above the last lower high, which is currently at $2.16. That's the only point at which I'm convinced that we are potentially looking at continuation to the upside. Until then, I don't have any personal bias of this one continuing to the upside. This one looks defeated as fuck. And again, I think it's for specific reasons, but again, my opinion doesn't matter. If you're trading the Hall of Fame right now and you're looking for bullish sentiment, I don't fucking have any for you. New lows, just more new lows. I'm going to be looking for $1.45, to be quite honest with you. Moving on here, we're going to check out Bitcoin, my absolute favorite asset to trade. This is the one that's been absolutely boring right now. Nice little pump up, shorter term time frame perspective here. If you're looking at the shorter term time frames here, which I am considering important at this current moment in time, boom, this is kind of the point of continuation here. Any closures below the 4-hour time frame lows, line that up a little better. 46,500 here. I'm going to be looking for continuation all the way down to 44,750 and likely lower towards that $40,750 target here. 4-hour time frame not looking again the healthiest, right? A descending triangle, I am pretty sure, on the 4-hour time frame. Obviously, depending on how you line it up, it kind of dictates the point of resolution, but that doesn't matter, right? Point of resolution doesn't matter. We are still waiting for resolution. Now, scalp traders probably having a hell of a time right now. I am not a scalp trader. I am looking for that next big move to the upside or to the downside so that I could try to make a play off of it. Obviously, I wish I was still in this position. We did discuss this a little bit yesterday. I am beating myself up a little bit. Not too much, just enough for me to recognize that maybe I should have constructed a little bit of a different plan to continue making money on this move to the downside. I was not anticipating the movement. That's kind of where I failed on this position. Again, while I say, I always practice, I always try to practice what I preach, and I always preach, again, plan for everything, expect nothing. I did fall short on my planning for this move to the downside. Again, looking at that blue box territory, I was considering that blue box territory a potential opportunity here for re-entry, but that did not come to fruition. That sentiment still remains. It is still possible. Again, we don't have a change of behavior, macro change of behavior on the daily time frame yet, so the bullish perspective still remains, but The pressure is on to the downside right now. The 21 exponential grows ever more volatile to the downside. Price action continues to consolidate lower, confirming new lows. Obviously, boom, bouncing on those lows, especially from the 4-hour time frame perspective, right? Hitting that target, boom, bouncing back up, but putting pressure, ever more pressure on that support line here. And the more pressure we apply to the support, the weaker it inherently becomes, in my opinion here. So again, the sentiment and the probability here for this one continuing down ever more so increases. And the only thing that would convince me otherwise, again, would be a shorter term time frame higher high, right? Any closures on the 4-hour time frame above 50,300 would convince me, hey, this may be the time where this one gets a little bit of a run up. At which point I would look for 53,130, the resistance, the top side resistance of this blue box territory, but consolidating down, moving sideways, losing momentum here from a bullish perspective also plays into consideration of the downside potentials here. And again, from a trade perspective, again, from what I trade here, I don't look for any trades until we see opening closures above that 21. Again, at least from the bullish perspective. For the bearish perspective, man, maybe I try to find a way to get in, right? Maybe I try to find a way to get in, because if this one decides to go lower, I'm just missing out on an opportunity. Again, I'm thinking about it. Doesn't mean I'm going to execute, right? I'm battling myself. I want to stick with my trading plan. I don't have a trade to take. I'm trying to stay away until I get some kind of signal here that tells me otherwise. So I'm just being patient. Price action is a little bit boring unless you're a scalp trader or a range trader. 3-hour stochastic strategy probably doing you hella good right now. Actually, let's look. Let's see what the 3-hour looks like. That is not what I want. Oh yeah, definitely a couple of 3-hour stochastic strategy plays here playing out here. Very tradable, definitely very tradable here. But scalpers. It seems like the market here in cryptocurrency land is scalpers galore. That's not what attracts me right now. I don't have enough time to play scalps. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of wait. I'm just kind of waiting as I fuck up my fibs. God damn it. You. For now, that's kind of going to do it. We have targets to the downside. We have targets to the upside. We didn't talk about momentum oscillators here. Kind of seeing something a little fishy here. Fresh cross back above the exponential on Bitcoin stochastics here on the daily time frame. We did mention that we have a potential uptrend structure being formed here. I don't know how valid that is yet. We only have 2 touch points right now. But cross up. Maybe we're seeing support on the bearish control zone here. Maybe we're finding support on the bearish control zone. Again, just because I'm a little bit more bearish does not take away the bullish sentiment here. We do see RSI still supporting that bearish control zone, although putting pressure on it. It is starting to flatten out that exponential here, and that does bode a little confidence again for the potential structure that could be in formation here. If it remains intact here above current support, I'm not going to be looking for the current macro trend to be threatened, right? Especially if we see continuation up and see some kind of confirmation signal here that this is the structural higher low that we've been looking for here. Again, that blue box territory was the structural low, right target. Obviously the target's a little off, but it does not take away from the possibility that we could still see that come to fruition here. Again, I know there's a lot of news about interest rates and the feds and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, man, the chart's going to tell me one way or the other, and likely it's going to tell me before you even hear the news. I'm probably going to make a play on it. So patience is my game right now for this one. Until proven otherwise, I'm kind of just looking for this one to continue ranging until, again, the short-term time frame range is broken. The 4-hour range, again, this is the most important factor that I'm paying attention to as far as continuation points to the upside and to the downside here. Again, one more time, closures below this red support line at 46,005. I'm going to be looking for continuation to the next level down, but any closures on new highs above 50,230. Again, on a 4-hour time frame perspective here, I will be looking for continuations to the next resistance up. But until then, this one ranges on. Now it's time for requests here, and I think my first request was mana. I don't think I've done mana for a while. I might have to clear the chart and do a new one. No, that's not the right. That's perp. I don't want perp. I don't want contracts. I want USD. There we do. There we do. Yeah, it's been a minute. We're going to clear this chart out. See what the hell we're looking at here. Oh my god. Jeez. All right, so we have a different. What's the weekly up to? Let's see what the weekly. Okay, so we have macro trends here. Whew. I mean, the weekly looks fire. The weekly looks good. Macro low. Boom. I'm gonna change the color on these real quick. I do apologize. Anytime I clear a chart, I try to lay everything out for you guys to see. Okay, weekly. I mean, weekly is definitely in a strong bullish uptrend right now, but it is losing a little bit of momentum. 24-hour time frame here. Yeah, this is where you're gonna get me. This is definitely where you're gonna get me right now. 24-hour time frame here, continuing to close below the 21 exponential. We're gonna identify a couple of more levels here to level the playing field right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, isn't that juicy? Oh my goodness. I need some fucking water, bro. I got 2 viewers. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the channel. I'm just goofing off with this mana here, getting ready to do an analysis request. But I need to quench my thirst for fucking cash. Brave giving me more money, thank you. Okay, let's look at some levels at the current structure here. We have some identification. I'm gonna have to pull out fibs for this one as well because we are playing off of the new all-time highs for mana. Major level. Oh yeah, that's major for real. And some not so major ones, right? So here's what I'm looking at. So we're actually gonna get the fibs going here. Fibs. Macro, low. Boom, to macro top. Boom. Yeah, that's pretty accurate here. And then we gotta get our fib retracements. Or not retracements, extensions. Top. Bottom. Boom. All right, now let's do some analysis. What is this one telling me? All right, well, first thing off the bat, we're below the 21. So my sentiment, my bias for this automatically is movements to the downside. We just broke support here on the 12th, confirmed it as tentative resistance on the 13th. Yeah, this is enough for me to look for continuation here to the next major level. I'm going to be looking for $2.46 as the first target to the downside here. And again, look at the slope here on the 21. It is negatively sloped here. We've confirmed a move below the 21 exponential at the current moment in time. Maybe it could bounce out like 286. Oh, I gotta. What? I don't know what you mean, brother. Should have kept my mouth shut. I don't know what you mean. I'm so sorry, bro. Continuing on with mana here. Yeah, I am looking for continuation. I would say first and foremost to like 286 here. What is momentum telling me? Yeah, momentum looks fucking ass. Stochastics coiling and rejecting the exponential here. Exponential looks devastated. Unless we revert back up above the 21 here and confirm some kind of higher low, I'm going to be looking for this one to continue to the downside. RSI is below the 50 read here. Actually got below the 50 read, confirmed bullish divergence, rejected the 50 read, and confirmed once again with 2 ticks below the 50 read here, which is a critical signal. So we have critical signals already in confirmation and already playing out to the downside here. I'm going to be looking down until proven otherwise. The only proof otherwise at this current moment in time would be a breach of the 21 exponential to the upside, which right now it's lined up at $3.67, followed by a secondary candle closure above. That would lead me to believe that momentum oscillators likely turn to the upside, and the next target becomes something like $4.36 here. But again, 21 being the main catalyst that I am providing here for this asset here. And again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my own perspective here. But that 21 is extremely powerful and catching a lot of major moves here. Looking at this one here, I only see a couple of 21 plays that may have pissed a couple of people off, but for the vast majority, lots of these 21 plays here play out to fruition and in full force as well. Obviously, these consolidation periods, not really the time for you to be trading the 21, but anytime you get these breakout movements, you're above the 21, man, you got some good moves. You got some good positions on this. So I'm taking the 21 seriously as far as this asset's concerned. Always backtest your theory. Always backtest your strategy with other assets and see if it holds validity. And it does seem to hold validity for this one. So as long as we're below the 21 on Mana, I'm going to be looking for price action to decline. But you also got to remember this too, man. If Bitcoin continues, this one likely does the same. Although this one looks stronger than Bitcoin, it is currently in the precipice of a downtrend. And, you know, so the fuck is Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin decides to change, man, you know, looking for basically all the other cryptos to kind of follow suit. Now, this is what I'm talking about. 49 minutes in, and I'm only on my first request. This is a stream. This is the kind of energy I wanted to provide for you guys tonight. I am fucking stoked. Give me just 1 second. So yeah, that's going to do it for Mana. I think we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. SOL USD, my boy Corey. SOL USD. Solana, right? God, I suck at typing. Yeah, kind of the same sentiment here. Just like Bitcoin. Solana not looking too hot here. Confirming new lows. I do think this one's in a change of behavior formation. We're gonna delete everything here and get you a new chart going on this one, so that you have an understanding. I mean, macro looks good, but you can clearly see some bear markets play out here. How long did this bear market play out? Yeah, a few months. Definitely some evidence here, again, of the 21 exponential being a very, 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 very juicy and profitable strategy to be using here on this price action chart. So we're going to go ahead and identify some levels right now. Boom. No, that's not it. That's not what I want. Come on, Brian. Alt H, you fucking slut. Okay, there. We got a clearly defined support. We got a clearly defined new resistance. Boom. Clearly defined range and a clearly defined all-time high ceiling. Oh yeah, look at how that works. You can't make this up. Now, whoa. Now this is concerning here. Okay, we are on new lows here for Solana. Clearly trading below the 21. So my sentiment right off the bat is that as long as we're below the 21 exponential here, I'm looking for price action to continue. We do see a little bit of a potential cross in stochastics, but guess what? We are in the bearish critical zone at the current moment in time, not the picture of health and fitness. We are bouncing off and potentially formulating some kind of uptrend structure here on RSI. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I mean, it could. Again, there's no real validity in that trend line just now. There's only 2 touch points. To be quite honest with you, the only one that kind of works here for RSI is maybe that one. Maybe that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that one, but that has clearly been broken to the downside. Again, I do believe this one is in the precipice of a change of behavior, and just confirmed resistance. Now we are getting a bounce off support right now, but that doesn't really cut the cookie for me, right? Unless we break back above 175.50, I'm not going to be looking for that momentum to continue, pushing price action to the upside. And more conservatively here, unless we confirm back above the 21 exponential, I am going to be looking for price action to continue further down. Now again, two touch point, diagonal trend line. Again, this is not confirmed. This isn't even valid. It's just something that's possible, right? It could bounce up and continue to new all-time highs. But the way this one's looking, man, again, I'm following Bitcoin. Unless Bitcoin reverses and continues the macro bullish trend to the upside here, kind of the same sentiment. As long as we're below the 21, bruh. As long as we're below that 21, man, I'm looking for pressure down. And again, looking at momentum oscillators that aren't the healthiest, it is possible. Now, I would say with confidence, any candle closure below 150 even, I will be looking for full retracements back to that $123 level here. Anything below there is fucking bad. Anything below 123 is really fucking bad. And you got to think too, if Bitcoin changes its behavior and enters a bear market, I need you guys to remember one thing. Altcoins are going to get hit way fucking harder. Bitcoin goes down 40-50%. Altcoins are going to get hit way fucking harder. trust and believe that. And I would be very confident that this one's going to get shreked right in the mouth with any kind of candle closures below 123. Again, we're well and far away from that. Not a concern right now. But if Bitcoin goes, man, all coins likely follow suit. And when I say that, it's likely the vast majority of them. Obviously, you'll have your one or two outliers to consider that are doing their own thing and maybe still acting bullish, even though everything else is bearish. But other than those couple of outliers, the vast majority of cryptocurrency, if Bitcoin decides to turn, are going to do the same thing. But in my opinion, much, 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 much worse. So plan and prepare, everybody. I'm not saying it's going to come to fruition. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to get bearish. We don't have confirmation of any of that yet. But guess what? We are approaching that point of no return at this current moment in time with this consolidation lower on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes, everything else likely follows suit. So that's kind of going to do it for Solana. I didn't do the upside potential here, or maybe did I? I don't know, just in case. Yeah, closure above the 21 with confirmation leads me to believe the next point of price action would be that $234 resistance. But again, until proven otherwise, I'm looking down, you guys. I'm looking down until I see some kind of signal that tells me to get in long. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit, everybody. I do apologize if I sound hoarse. God, I lose my voice really easy when I'm talking for a long time and getting real serious. But, here it is. You get what you get when you come here. I'm exactly who I want to be. I love myself. I know who I am. I know who I want to be in the future. And I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. So that's going to do it for Solana. Sol USD. Matic is the next one. Matic USD. Probably the same chart here. Yeah, this one, no. Oh! Not confirming. Oh, it did confirm below the 21. Yeah, I'm looking down. Unfortunately here. Is this the daily? This is the daily. For Matic here, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for pulls. To be quite honest with you, all the way down to a buck 50. Unless this one just kind of does one of those fake outs below the 21, which again, the 21 is not a perfect strategy. Remember that, guys. I have to remind myself to remind you guys of specific things so that I can remind myself as well. The 21 is not a perfect strategy. You're never gonna 100% be profitable all the time, right? You're gonna accrue losses. Excuse me, and you likely accrued one today. If you opened a short position on this, let's see where risk management lies. And again, this is what separates the professionals from the non-professionals, right? Yeah, you would have got shaken out. If using clean risk management strategies. Now, obviously, you would have taken more of a loss. But again, sometimes that happens. Sometimes your losses are more than 2%. It happens. You can't enter every position with a perfect risk management point. You guys got to remember, it's an art. It's not a science. But you entered here today. You likely took a loss. 2% exactly. Yeah, you would have got stomped. You would have got stomped today. That's part of the game. That's the nature of the beast, man. Sometimes 21 plays don't play out, and this one has a lot of false positions. A lot of valid positions. Obviously, you can definitely playable on. The 21 is definitely playable on here, but this one has a couple of one-offs where it's like, fuck you. The 21 didn't play to the downside like I wanted it to, but real choppy price action for this one. If it closes above the 21 exponential here, you likely have your answer. I would be looking for continuation to $2.14 if we do close above the 21 today. Any breach above 214, then I look for another test, another stab at the all-time high, which we've stabbed a couple of times before. Seems to be a little bit too high there. There we go. And now, obviously, anything above there, we're gonna have to talk about fib extensions, which I'm wondering if I have even on this chart here. I don't. Let's get them. Just get them on there, right? Let's get the extensions in here. And let's get the extensions retracement wise in, oh, that's the wrong button, Brian. Come on, dude. Here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, Matic USD here. Oh, look at that. Look at fucking that. Look at that. Pull below the 21, hits the spot 618, boom, bounce. Fibs are working on this one for sure. 21 is working, except for this again. If it closes. Now, if it rejects, you just got stomped out. It doesn't mean you don't have an opportunity. You likely have an opportunity to potentially get in on a short position here and secure a very tight risk management point. Again, it's all about perspective. But RSI, bullish divergence confirmed, currently playing out. That likely means continuation. Stochastics, seeing a little pressure below the 50 read, but we have crossed the 50 read here. So, gonna highlight it. So again, the momentum is to the downside, in my opinion, except from a RSI perspective, where we're seeing this uptrend formation remain intact tenfold. Hits that diagonal trend line, boom, bounces off. Lots of bearish divergence playing out, but it doesn't mean it can't continue. It does not mean it can't continue here. The momentum looks weak, though. I would say if we reject the 21 exponential here, I would look for follow through. I would look for follow through to this level here, $1.64 to the downside, but ultimately looking for like $1.50 to the downside. But if it confirms as another higher low, man, we could breach resistance and see more tests in that $2.44 region. Look at Matic go. Let's go ahead and move on. Cake. CAKE USD. Pancake swap. Oh shit. Bad. Really fucking bad. Absolutely terrible. This one had a fucking, like, this is Jesus toast type of shit. Man, you get it on a 21 play. You get on a 21 play. And you get out of the 21 play. Fucking 3,150% to the upside. Clearly defined downtrend here. Again, when in doubt, pull out. Clearly defined downtrend here. Definitely bouncing off the lows, which we have confirmation of these. Oh, this is a lower low. Yeah, I'm bearish. I'm still bearish. We did see a little stab above the 21 here. We could have a potential 21 play in formulation here. But as far as this structure is concerned, change of behavior. Macro change of behavior. I'm gonna have to delete this. Boom. Macro change of behavior is right here. That's fucking far away. That's taking out that point convinces me of long-term bullishness. Now, short-term bullishness, change of behavior points right here. Current lows. Boom. Consolidation. Boom. We haven't confirmed above the consolidation phase right now. No, we haven't. Below the 21. Just give me a second. It's been a while since I looked at this one clearly. Levels to the upside. Yeah, this one's bad. This one's really bad, man. Confirming more new lows. This one's been bearish for a while. And again, it's not to say you can't make bullish trades in a bear market. But when you make a bullish trade in a bear market, you have to be aware of potentially confirming a bearish macro high, lower high, just like this structure suggests, right? All-time high on pancake swap. Where's my tool? All-time high, boom. Again, I'm looking at the entire structure as a whole. So this is a structural high, which is the all-time high. Boom. This is the structural lower high that confirmed a macro downtrend. Again, after coming off of macro lower lows and then confirming macro lower highs and continuing the downtrend to new macro lower lows, could very easily present the possibility of seeing another macro lower high potentially in this region here. I don't get excited for the bullish perspective here unless we get candle closures above $26.30, and that is, again, macro, right? I'm not talking about the immediate term, which I will talk about. It is possible to get a trade. Candle closure above the 21 exponential here on the daily time frame suggests bullish momentum here. I would look for confirmation. If we do get a confirmation closure above the 21, I'll look for the next resistance level at $14.75 to be tested. In confluence with RSI with a rounding bottom here, back above the exponential. Exponential is positive and out of the bearish control zone, looking for continuation on new highs. A show of momentum here. Stochastics new highs as well, looking at bullish continuation with that fresh cross back above the exponential here. So there is potential here to see a bullish trade, but if you're looking at the macro perspective here, we are in and have been in a bear market for this asset for quite some time. So while it could be a bullish play, and again, we do have the first level identified to the upside, I want to bear witness here to the downside potentials. Any closure below current lows at $10.70 here, I will look for another stab down, $9.21, and anything below there destroys any bullish hope, any of it at this current moment in time. Obviously, I'm coming at this from the bearish perspective because we are in a bear market right now, but same thing with Bitcoin. Same thing with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin decides to turn, this one likely gets fucking destroyed. So got a couple of levels to the downside, got a couple of levels to the upside. I am only convinced of a potential bullish momentum move to the next level, again, upon a secondary candle closure above the yellow 21. Now, it does bode confident with a break of resistance, but again, I'm looking for confirmation before I look for movements to the next level. So that's going to do it for Pancake. We're going to go ahead and move on. CrowCrypto.com is going to be the last one for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. I'm glad to have you in the channel. I am appreciative of your support. Here we go. Man, not fucking bad. Macro is still intact. Playing around with the top side of that blue box territory once again. I am looking for entry into that blue box territory at this current moment in time. Stochastics, though, suggesting a little otherwise. Fresh breach of the critical zone here, back into the bearish control zone. Not really a show of force, right? Not a show of momentum just yet. RSI playing around with that 50 re here. So any candle closure into that blue box territory, I'm going to be looking for momentum oscillators to vert back to the downside here as I get more free money from Brave. And yeah, any candle closure below like 51 cents here, I will be looking for the next targeted move to the downside, right around 44 or maybe 45 cents. And we likely see momentum on RSI follow through here. But as far as the macro is concerned, I wouldn't be concerned. Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned. Just looks really good from a macro perspective. I mean, this one goes, if you want a major macro bear trend here, I need to see lower lows and lower highs on a weekly time frame, and we just don't have that here on Crow USD here. But for the daily time frame, yeah, momentum suggests downside, price action suggests downside. Not the strongest slope at the 21 to the downside I've ever seen, but we remain below it, and until proven otherwise, as long as we remain below that 21 exponential here, I am going to be looking for price to move potentially to the 45 cent region here. Now, any candle closure above, maybe we're looking at a consolidation structural high or low, just like Bitcoin. While this one does look stronger than Bitcoin, that does not mean it won't ebb and flow with it if it decides to break, right? If Bitcoin goes bearish, this one likely sees some more downside as well, but confirm a macro low right here, the possibilities are limitless. But I would look for the first target at 67 cents with any candle closure confirming above the 21 and likely higher. I would ultimately be looking for 78 cents and maybe a test of the all-time high resistance. Crow, very juicy asset. Maybe this one's going places, and I think that's gonna do it, everybody. Thanks for coming to the stream. It's been about over an hour. I'm gonna put up plastic on my windows tonight. I do have work. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be focused too much on trading. My energy bills are going through the roof. My company doubled energy prices, so I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna plastic my windows here, get that cost to a comfortable place for me to be happy. So I'm gonna be putting work into my home tonight. And that's going to do it. Thanks for coming along, everybody. Thanks for being a part of the stream. Thank you for the support. I think we have, 340 members? 340 members in Facebook and 116 members on the YouTube channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. I am here every day during the week, not the weekends, not yet, not until I'm retired from my day job. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. And until next time, everybody, you know what it is. And